Uh,
I can't even get my legs up there because I
I'm shaking.
feel like I'm doing a workout.
We're back.
I feel like we need to like we didn't purposely buy matching socks.
Right, yeah. So I bought Steph these socks for Christmas, and then she opened them up on Christmas morning. Later on Christmas Day, we go to her parents' house, and they bought me the same
Yeah, but
socks.
they're cute.
New Year, Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes,
Hope y'all,
happy New Year. I
yeah, hope
hope
y'all.
you are all healthy. We
Sorry.
had every intention of filming actually before Christmas. We had wanted to film, we wanted to film after Christmas, and then sickness hit our household. Tis the season. We had sick kids, and then when they were done being sick, I was sick, lost my voice for a little over a week, it felt like. And then Jay did something to his back. I think he's just old, but
Yep.
um, but we're back.
And the
Here we
holidays,
are.
just yeah, just regular holiday hustle and bustle and
Yeah.
everything too. So it was just a wild time. We're gonna try to keep it going here. We got plenty to talk about for the new year
Yeah.
and kind of what our plans are, what our intentions,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then go over a little bit about what we've read so far already.
Yes.
This year has started off with a bang for both of us.
Yeah. And if
So
you've been following along on our Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, you probably will already know some of the stuff
mhm.
we've been talking about. I know we did put out sort of what our intentions are for 2026, and I feel like we've missed the mark a little bit because one of our intentions with our content was that we wanted to film videos like this at least once a week, and it is the 10th, and this is our first one of
Yeah,
the year, but
didn't quite make it in that first week.
that's okay.
We're obviously got a lot going on,
Yeah,
and
we'll allow some grace
yeah, we'll give
for
ourselves a little grace.
some of the things that we had posted about other than our content intentions was really wanting to read more from our physical TBR and our bookshelf
Yeah,
that
which you can
we
probably
already have.
tell is a little different if you've seen our other videos. We moved some stuff around recently, and that has a lot to do with what we're talking about because we had gotten so many books towards the end of the year that we were starting to lose a lot of space.
Yeah.
So we reorganized that actually last week.
Yeah,
Um,
Jay started that project at about 9:30 p.m. on a weeknight and
yeah,
maybe had some regrets
yeah, I was not
immediately.
I was not having fun by the end of it, but once I started, I had to finish it, and yeah, so like some of the last books from Christmas time, it started to the last stragglers came in, and at that point, I just we had to do something to squeeze them in. So
Yeah, and by
Stephen
we,
King, yeah,
Jay's the
unfortunately,
bookshelf guru.
yeah, unfortunately, King won't be on this shelf anymore. He got his own though, so I guess he would be happy about that.
Yeah.
I guess if we asked him, but
So,
he's out in the living room, so no more King in our videos. But
yeah. Well, you
yeah,
can bring him in. You can be a guest. So, reading from our physical TBRs, I'm trying to make some headway on that, read some of the books that we already own versus buying new ones, which is hard for both of us not to buy books.
it's
So, that
tough.
was one of them. We obviously set our reading goals as well. And as far as reading goes, we want to finish the library trilogy that
Hmm.
we started last year and then start Red Rising as our more
Oh,
than buddy read. So we're both,
might be out of the
I know
shot.
we're behind on that. I can't believe we have avoided spoilers with as much of
Yeah,
our
that's
like friends and people that we follow have
yeah,
talked
it's tough.
about that book.
It's tough, but we're still alive.
Yeah.
We're still alive as far as that goes. And yeah, for me, going by monthly reads, I kind of had a little vague outline of a plan where I would do um, the book of the month with the Discord, which I'm doing right now. You'll see later, and then I would go to a one of the classics or one not classics, but
Mm-hmm.
the book puzzle, the Great American Novels. Try to get one of those in each month. Try to get at least one King book in because I still have a ton of unread King books on my shelf. Um, Now I'm trying to think of what the other ones are, but
Yeah,
We'll
you're a bit
check
more of
that
a
out.
planner than I am. I had it. I mean, I know at least each month there's a book that is either coming out or something in one of the series that I'm already reading. But I am so much a mood reader that it really just sometimes depends. And I know that you love being like when you finish a book and then getting to decide like what your next book is
Hmm.
gives you a lot of energy.
Yeah,
But
I'm
it
excited for her when
I
she
know, but
finishes
I
hers.
think
I'm
it
like
gives me
wanted to hear.
more anxiety. It's probably excitement mixed in with anxiety, but I'm always like, what? Like, what do I feel like reading
Hmm.
next?
Yeah. So that's kind of the balance you have with mood reading versus kind of ones that you're more planning.
Yeah,
So I think it's good to have a balance of both.
yeah. But we can talk a little bit about sort of where we are with January. I
Yeah,
think we both
we'll get
have
in.
read some really great books
Yes.
this month and already are feeling the pressure of picking one that might be our
Book
favorite.
of the month or even book of the year. Like we've had some really heavy hitters so far. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's get into that. We'll go ahead. You want to start off? I know you
I
finished
know.
this book
I can
first,
start,
technically, so
yeah,
we'll go with
technically,
you.
but I would say that the first book I finished this year was With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I don't think it's cheating, but I did start it in 2025,
No, it's not cheating.
but finished it in 2026. So I love Riley Sager. I love thrillers, but this kind of missed the mark for me. I liked the concept of it. It was very I guess Agatha Christie of him. It was a bunch of people on a train going to Chicago, and they're trapped on the train. They can't go anywhere, and people start getting picked off one by one. So I love that concept, but the way that it was executed in this book was at times confusing and sort of monotonous. There was a lot of repetition going on when you were getting the different POVs. So, and the twist, like the big twist at the end, was just kind of had already figured that out. So it sort of landed a little flat for me, but I do love him as a writer, and I'll read his next one too, but probably
Mhm.
not my favorite. I think I gave it a 3.
That's fair. They can't all be winners.
Yeah.
But the next one, my first book of the year, certainly is, and that is Piranesi by Susanna Clark. I've heard a lot about this from my friends. I'm going to quote the great Dave Riggs and say, to speak about it is to spoil it. So I won't say very much about it other than it was incredible. I was I definitely underestimated how good it was going to be for me, and I'm glad that my cousin Hannah ended up picking this for our like family book
Hmm.
exchange, and my sister got it, so we decided to read it together. I went out and got it right before the end of the year. Didn't buy it this year, and um, it blew me away. I think I read it in like a day and a half. It's a short read, so it's not anything impressive, but it gripped me right away, and I love everything about it. I love it so much. So great start to the year. Starting the year with the 5 star is pretty awesome.
So my second book was a 5 star. It is We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark.
So pretty.
I know. I know. I always feel like I have to have a moment for some of these books. It has the map in it. I have posted about this already. So, those of you that are loyal followers, thank you. You've probably already heard my thoughts. But this is a romantasy. But I think that it's not the romance in this book is more of a subplot than the main plot. I think what she did a really good job with in this book is blending the emotional elements that we like in a romantasy with sort of the classic world building and action that we see in typical fantasies. And it's also very like Roman inspired in this book, which is really awesome to read about. I don't want to give too much away because I don't like spoilers myself, but this was easily 5 stars, especially after,
Somebody will die.
yes, well, somebody will die, yes, in this book. But 5 star read for me.
My next one, or both of these, I'm still currently reading, but one of them is Ironbound. That is the book of the month. The way our Discord Book Street Discord is doing it is the content creators each have a month of the year, and then the books are voted on. They'll pick a certain number of books and they'll vote. So Ironbound was the winner for Dustin Preacher Reads, um, and this was a book that I know he loved. He gave it a 5 towards when he read it towards the end of the year last year, and it has been a great start to the Ironbound series. Almost, I'm getting close to being done here, and it's ramping up at the end. It's been a lot of fun, so I'll keep working on that and should be done with that soon. And yeah, Ironbound, Andrew Givler.
And that was cool. Preacher did, I call him Preacher. I just know him as Dustin.
Yeah.
Really. That's who I knew first, and then Preacher Reads. But the his 1 year celebration that he did on YouTube, that author was on it, right? And you were like reading the book.
Well, with the book in my one hand, and I had the phone, keeping up with what was going on over there.
Yeah.
So didn't do very much reading because it was so interesting to see everybody on there and having that celebration for Dustin. So congrats again, Dustin.
Yeah.
That's such an awesome thing, and you do such a good job. Way better than I could ever do. So
we're a lot newer.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Ooh, I'm excited about this one, which I just finished this past week, which isn't out until January 20th. So I guess technically this was an arc that I got to read, was Alice Feeney's new book called My Husband's Wife. This was another thriller. Again, purposely not going to say very much about this because I do believe this is one that you should go into 100% blind, basically. And you would know this if you read the back of the jacket. Is a woman goes out for a run. She comes home. Her key does not work in her lock. Another woman answers the door who is claiming to actually be her husband's wife. So I will leave it there, but there is so much that goes on in this book. This was pretty much a 5-star read for me as well. I think this is Alice Feeney's best work to date. The twists were amazing. Did not see like any of them coming. It's action packed, kept me on the edge of my seat and turning pages. So this one was, if you like thrillers and you're an Alice Feeney fan,
Mr. Feeney,
definitely pick this up this month.
Speaking of 5-star reads,
I know this month has been a bunch of bangers.
It's been insane, and Lonesome Dove has been a huge, and I do mean huge, part of that, because this was not one that I was expecting to read so soon. It had been on my list because it's on the Great American Novels puzzle, which has been every so far they've all deserved to be on there. So the puzzle is flawless as far as I'm concerned.
So far.
Yeah, so far. But that streak continues with this, and this might be, it could be the best one that I've read from the puzzle so far. And I had always heard of Lonesome Dove. I grew up, I loved Westerns. I don't think I ever saw the movie, but I grew up watching John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, Audie Murphy. And as always, I had I guess a predisposition to liking Western literature, which I really, besides like Louis L'Amour, Pulp Fiction when I was younger, like pulp Western types, like little small paperbacks.
I was thinking this Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, no, not that one. I didn't know if I said the right thing by saying Pulp Fiction, but the little short
I know
paperbacks.
What you mean now?
Was really all I had read, and so this was such a hit for me because of the Western aspect, and the writing style is everything that I love in writing, and it has just nailed it for me. I'm so close to being finished.
I feel like your bookmark's in the same spot for all of
Yeah, they're very close, very close. So those are the two I'm still reading right now. But I've just loved this so much, and it ended up coming up because Dustin again, he's coming up again. He this was,
we're not sponsored by
his
Dustin.
pick from Rich from Two to Ramble. Gave him this pick for this month of this year, and so I just hopped aboard.
That's crazy. And it also is on your
and there's a couple other people in the Discord that are reading as well, so we've been talking about it on there, so it's like an extra book of the month. It's so cool. So absolutely loving Lonesome Dove. It's most likely going to get a 5 for me. I don't know what could happen at the end to make it not so. What a great!
Wow.
I
I
can't
know, and we're
imagine
only like
starting the
10 days
year.
into
I know.
January.
I can't imagine starting the year any better than we have.
I know my so my current one of my current reads right now, again, probably going to be 5 stars. I love this author. Rebecca Ross with Wild Reverence, and I have to.
Oh, show the inside.
I was just gonna say
We
I have
just
to
we
take
just
the I
found this
have to
out.
take the dust jacket off and show y'all the inside of this book because it's so pretty. I mean, she's known for having really beautiful special editions. Of I don't even know if this is special edition. This is probably just the first print edition, but this book is amazing.
So I
I
saw that
mean,
on a reel,
I
and
just
I saw the
cannot.
inside of it on a reel, and I
It's
ran
so
back in
pretty.
here like Gandalf, like trying to discover if the ring had the writing on it and throwing it in the fire. I ran in here and I looked and I was like, "Oh, look at this,"
Yeah.
and it ended up being that way. So that was so cool
So
to find
this
that out,
book,
like a month after you got it.
yeah, again, I didn't even have this slated to be read this month, but my audio hold came up at Libby, and I was like, well, I'm reading this other one. I might as well start Wild Reverence. I've had this on the shelf
A little
again.
head start's always
Yeah,
good.
didn't break any rules because we already owned it. It was eventually going to be on my list. So this book um, takes place in the same world. If you've read her Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows duology, so takes place in the same world as that one does. It's I guess you could say it's a prequel, but it's also you don't need to have read the other two to understand this one, but there are some things that have happened in this book that I'm kind of glad to have that knowledge
Yeah, yeah.
from the other ones, but you don't need to have it. So this takes place in the world of gods. I would call this a romantasy as well. You know, gods and mortals, and the love and hate between them. So it's been such a great read. Her writing is beautiful and flawless, and this
That's an
will
awesome looking book too.
yeah,
Such
this
a
will
cool
probably be a
cover and
5 star read. The narration that I've listened to also for this one has been awesome. I haven't even honestly, I've just listened to it so far, but I'll probably start reading it. But I love when it's dual narration, and because I really have a hard time with men when they try to do
oh, I
like
did too.
women's
Or
voices
yeah,
or vice versa. So I really appreciate when it's
yeah.
dual
To me,
narration.
even the best audiobook narrator is always going to have a voice that you can't stand.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be some nit to pick in that for me. Books that I'm going to be reading after I wrap these next two up. I've got The Gate of the Feral Gods, Dungeon Crawler Carl 4. My plan is to, since the new book is coming out in May, my plan is I've got 4 months to read 4 books, and they're a little bit daunting because I don't even know if they're in the screen anymore, but they're getting bigger than the original ones. So
Mm.
I've got 4 months, so I'm going to try to read one per month
Of
if I
this
can
series?
of Dungeon
Oh,
Crawler
okay.
Carl until the eighth book comes out in May.
How
So
many books are set to be in that?
I don't know.
And it's a series, like you have to read them?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So plan on reading that, and then just one other one that I really have on
Scary Face.
schedule. Yeah,
No.
Scary Face. If you saw the video of Jackson naming them, but this Cujo by Stephen King, a classic of his that I haven't gotten around to yet. Still a few of those on my list that I haven't
Have you
scratched
seen
off.
the movie?
I don't think I ever have. If I did, it was like on TV, and I just saw
Yeah.
it. You know,
Probably edited if it was
but
just on TV.
yeah, I started this a little bit on audio. Haven't gotten very far into it, so I'll pick up on that once
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with these two as well. And then other than that, if I happen to get through this in January,
Yeah.
both of these, we'll do some.
There's a lot of January left. I feel like
I
you're
know,
gonna
it's
get
crazy.
through
It feels
them.
like, yeah.
I have to give a special nod for a book that is coming out in January. Again, if you've been following or listening to our channel at all, this won't be a surprise. And I've already talked about her and this book,
Mhm.
but also very cool for her. So Ashley Winstead's new book
Go Ashley.
comes out January 20th. I have already read it because I did get the arc of it last year, but it was also a book of the month Like
I
this
was
is
so
her
excited
first
when I
book
saw
of the
that.
month option that you had to pick hers, but so amazing. This is a little bit different than her normal books. Normally, she does thrillers, which she does have another new book dropping in September called Hot Girl Murder Club, which is also on
She's
my
just on
list.
fire.
I know, two
She's
books in
pumping
one
them out.
year.
Yeah,
Crazy. But
good
this
for her.
book, she writes a lot about. This book deals with a lot of grief. When she was writing this book, she was going through dealing with her own emotions for the passing of her father, who she was super close to. So I think a lot of her authentic emotions really comes through in this book. But this book, if you liked like Daisy Jones and the Six, you will probably appreciate this book just as much. It has to deal with a band, trying to continue on after the death of somebody that they were very close to, and also a music executive sort of getting thrown into being this band's manager when they don't have any experience doing that. So it sort of follows that journey, but it's a beautiful story and highly recommended, and super excited for her that she was in Book of the Month.
Yeah, very cool.
So
That's so
January
awesome.
20th.
All right, so that's what we've been up to, and what I guess we're going to be up to in January. Other
Mm-hmm.
than trying to find time to make videos, we'll try to do that as much as we can. Anything else we want to kind of? Oh,
Right.
let's show them our birds,
What?
bookshelf birds.
Oh my gosh. Yes, these were a
Look
gift
at
too.
these. These are so cool. Little bookshelf bird
I like,
lights.
and they dim.
And so yeah, this is the kind of stuff that we had to make room for on our shelf
Yeah.
because we didn't
You
want to have to put them away. And
can see a little mushroom light now.
yeah, so it's growing on me. Once I first moved everything, I didn't know how I felt about it, but
I
yeah,
like it. Well, you
fantasy.
didn't even, yeah, I was gonna say you didn't even talk about.
Yeah, so sci-fi and fantasy is up top now. Fiction is along the bottom, which kind of gets cut out, but we definitely needed more room for the bigger series, and because we both love fantasy.
Fantasy.
That's it for us today.
Yeah.
We're
Thanks for
still
tuning
alive.
in.
We're
If you
still
made
here.
it,
We're gonna try
if you
to
made
put
it to
out.
the end.
Yeah, we're gonna try to put out more videos, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
thank y'all.
Bye.